So Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, has broken some rules as a landlord because she didn't get a selective licence to rent her property out, her former family home out, when she moved into Downing Street. Now, firstly, I think this just definitely highlights how hard it is actually to be a law-abiding landlord in the modern age. But let's talk about what a selective licence actually is so that you guys know what it is and don't have the same mistake as this lady here. So selective licensing was brought in under the Housing Act of 2004, which basically gave certain areas of the country, certain jurisdictions, the ability to ask for a license to be in place before a property can actually be rented out. So the purpose of this scheme was to essentially designate certain areas as kind of problem areas where basically there were a lot of slum landlords and that kind of stuff. And it was there to try and raise the bar really of what it means to be a landlord and what kind of levels you need to achieve in order to rent your property out, which I think is absolutely fine, right? Not getting one of these licenses, though, is a criminal offence, and someone actually in the same local council as Rachel Reeves was prosecuted for exactly that same offence. So it is really, really serious, guys. So make sure if you are renting out a property or you're buying a property that you intend to rent out, or you are moving home and you want to keep the property that you used to reside in and let out, make sure that you know whether or not you need one of these licenses before you start renting this property out. Another thing we see all the time at Grand Union Finance is people moving home or something like that and then starting to rent out their former home or renting out a property with a residential mortgage on it without getting consent to let from the mortgage lender. If you have a residential mortgage and you rent that property out without first getting consent or consent to let from your lender, you are actually in breach of your mortgage contract or mortgage offer. And in theory, this does mean that the mortgage lender could pull their loan from you. I mean, I haven't seen it happen, but if there's a 1% chance it might happen, plan for it. Were you aware of this selective licensing before all the stories came out about Rachel Reeves' breach? Let me know in the comments and give me your opinions on whether or not she should be let off the hook or not.